Hey, everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Vale, and welcome to another Big Hype podcast, brought to you exclusively by and powered by Energy. Hype energy drinks. I don't even know what those high energy is, but that's how much energy I've been given because I've been drinking them all afternoon. And Bravos, boxing gloves and equipment, and of course our charities. Good God, what is wrong with me this evening? Our special charity of choice, Boxers in Need as well. So, but ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, a big warm welcome to my very special guest joining us all the way from Liverpool-ish? Liverpool. Lucas, how you doing?
I'm all good, John. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
My pleasure, mate. It's been a long time getting this one over the line, but we got you in there, and it's Lucas Dube. Is that correct?
Dube. Yeah, Dube? It's Dube. Dube? Where I'm from, you would pronounce it Dube, but Dube is close enough. Yeah,
that's why I was like, that's why I went Dube or Dube. Wasn't. That's why I didn't say it at the end.
Okay. I've grown to accept it, man.
Well, no, look, as a ring announcer, I want to make sure I do it right. And realistically, if any other ring announcers are listening, I want them to get it right as well, because I've had another chap on. He's changed his name. I was going, that's slightly disappointing because his African name is really cool. And he's just sort of went, oh yeah, King is easier. Then I was going, not quite as exciting.
King is cool, though. I'm not going to lie. Yeah,
King is cool. Great. He is cool. He is a good character as well. Anyway, I digress because we're not here to talk about other people. We're here to talk about you, Lucas. And Lucas, the question I ask everyone as they join the podcast is how and why did you get involved in boxing?
Yeah. So I was a little bit late at 15 years old, but I used to misbehave a little bit in year 7, 8, and 9. So then my parents moved me school to this new one that opened up just by the docks. But the school hours for that was 9 to 5. So I was in school every single day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. And I used to do loads of other sports. I was always just a dead active kid. But finishing at 9 to 5, like, I couldn't get home, get to footy practice in time. I just couldn't do anything. There was nothing to do. But there was a youth centre around the corner from the gym. Okay. So I went in there. It wasn't a boxing club, but they did have a small little ring and a couple of bags. Yeah, well, the two fellas that ran the gym, basically, they used to box themselves. So they just, Alan Wong and Willow in the Fireflies, they just offered to teach me a little bit, do a couple of little bits. And I was like, fine, yeah, if you want to take time out of your day to teach me this thing, it's pretty cool, and I'll show up. So I used to do sessions with them for about maybe 3-4 months, something like that. And immediately I fell in love with the sport, you know what I mean? I knew I'm going to carry on with this. And then Alan Wongi, the gym he trained out of at the time, they did the kids class. He told me, go down there. There's only so much I can do for you here. You need to be around the kids sparring, blah, blah, blah. And immediately, I just knew, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. This is my new thing. And I never looked back since.
Cool. So what you were 15, 16 around that time? Yeah,
I was 15 at the time and 25 now. So 10 years deep. Yeah.
10 years deep. Wow. And when you say you obviously changed gyms, that led us then into the amateurs. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I'm guessing. I don't know. You tell me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that youth centre wasn't a gym. It was just it was a gym, but it wasn't a boxing gym. So I couldn't box out of there or anything like that. I was just doing little bits with the lads that were in there, and then I went to No Limits, which is a boxing gym, registered with them, and then started actually competing and training with other lads, sparring. The serious stuff.
Yeah, because No Limits is a massive warehouse gym.
Yeah, you've been in
down in the near the Baltic, isn't it? Yeah, I've been there. Actually, I have been in there. I've put my head in. I've parked there for doing some of the shows and stuff. It very, very kindly said I could park there, so I said thank you very much for free parking.
I think with that lucky in there, it's probably it's the biggest boxing gym I've ever been in. I don't know if anyone else has as much real estate as we do. We've got like 3 rings in there, bag room, a little space for weights and stuff like that, and then there's an huge astro tier for circuits and whatever else. We've got loads of space. It's massive.
I think it's almost like a commercial gym. Sort of like a warehouse gym, like a pure gym or something like that.
Yeah,
the size
sure.
of it is. I'm like, whoa! I was like, this is in here. This is crazy. So yeah, they were great, and the guys are great. So so we started with the amateurs. What, 16? Carded up 16.
I was probably 15. I think it was still 15 at the time, maybe. I can't really remember, but yeah, it would have been 15 or 16. Yeah.
Okay, so carded up. A couple of amateur fights under the belt. Enjoying it.
I had one skills belt, and then I had 51 amateur belts.
51?
Yeah, 51, yeah.
How long were you an amateur?
Well, yeah, it would have been about 10 years, like 10 years, yeah, something like that. I used to struggle to get belts when I was a kid, because I'm obviously in a lower weight division, so there isn't as many of us. But yeah, the last few years I've had loads, yeah. That's 51 is a decent number, I think.
I was going to say that is a decent number to get to. I mean, particularly when you said you started late, that is a very decent number to get to, and it led you to some very interesting amateur bouts as well, and interesting championships and tournaments as well. Because you went on to the national amateurs, did well there as well.
Yeah,
but you've also been abroad with it as well. Is that right?
So I have boxed in, let me think, I've boxed in Portugal a couple of times. I've been to Florida. I've been to Jersey. I was meant to box in Malta a couple of years ago, but the day before we were supposed to fly, we took a bout. And again, this must have been like my 45th amateur bout. I hadn't had a cut since, but the day before we were supposed to fly, head clash cut, so I couldn't box. But I went to Malta anyway, so I can say boxing took me to Malta. Yeah, I'm lucky, man. Not many amateurs get to travel the world and compete doing what they love. And I've been here, there, everywhere. I'm fortunate, man. And obviously, I've been to Scotland, Wales, all over the country to box.
You've been to God's country anyway, so that's okay. We'll let you off.
Happy days.
Where all the signs are painted gold and all in Welsh. That's the most beautiful part of the world. That's where I live. So and that's there in the south, not in the north. I'll be shot in the back now. I'll be shouting all the northerners now. They were like, "No, North Wales is great." And it is not. It is. I'm not knocking it.
No, it's nice. I like Wales. I like Wales, man. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, good man. But you've competed. Obviously, you like you say, you've been able to travel, and that as an amateur is something obviously that, as you said, not many amateurs get the opportunities to do that. They don't. They're just, the opportunities are not there for some of them with clubs, etc. And opportunities don't come their way, and that's unfortunately the game, as it says. You also got you had an assessment as well for GB, didn't you, at some point?
Yeah, I got on the England development pathway. It's how you start your GB journey and then you work your way up. But this was 9 months ago, and I already knew I kind of wanted to turn over anyway, so I didn't really fancy staying on the England program to work my way up over time. I wasn't going to stay amateur for the next Olympic cycle, so it just wasn't. So I left quite early, to be fair. I was only on England for maybe 2-3 months, something like that. And yeah, that's where that ended, only because I was happy to turn over, and I'm set to make my debut.
Can I ask, was the discussion about boxing being in the next Olympics, did that play in your mind? Do you think, do you know what, why am I bothering if there's not going to be that opportunity to have that? Because for a lot of amateur boxers, I mean, I've been around boxing for a long time myself. I've been to the amateurs. It's a pinnacle. To say you're an Olympic gold medalist or Olympic silver medalist even, or bronze medalist, even to get to the Olympics. Some boxers never do it. You never have the opportunities, never get the choices and the chances to do so. But to say that it's not there, did that sort of just impact you and go, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'll just turn over pro, it's easier.
I'll be honest, not really for me. Like, the Olympics is amazing, and I really do, I admire anybody who can work their way to the Olympics and win a medal. Even if you don't win a medal, just to be able to say you're an Olympian, what an achievement. Congratulations. But for me personally, if I'm being realistic, what I consider my pinnacle is a professional world title. You know what I mean? So it's never gonna, like, I'll never stay up at night thinking about, oh shit, I never got to the Olympics. Personally, I don't really care. Like, as long as I win a world title, that to me is, I've completed the sport.
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
Well, you've already pushed it where you're going. Then in that case, there's no point in having the rest of the conversation. No. But in all seriousness, now, it's good to have. You're obviously very clear, Kat, on where you want to go with this. I mean, I've talked to so many boxers; they've all got that drive in them, and it's that drive to get to that. That is the world pinnacle. Whatever one. Any particular one? Have you got an idea of I want a green one, or a red one, or a black one, or are you just happy?
I think out of the four major ones, the IBF is probably the best looking belts. Yeah, probably. But I'll take any world title. You know what I mean? Right as it stands right now, I'm world titleless, so I'm not gonna. Beggars can't be choosy.
No, fair enough. But so you decided to turn over pro. There's obviously a lot of people around you, and a lot of people have made that easier discussion to be had, I guess.
For sure, yeah.
And there's a lot of people that have already. I've talked to quite a few people from that area now, and it seems to me that boxing in Liverpool seems to be on the up a little bit as well, with some top guys coming through as well. So I'm going to guess there's plenty of advice on where to go, who to speak with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Your debut hasn't happened quite yet. We're ahead of it right now.
No, it's about 2 weeks and a few days away now. I was set to debut in December, but I used to wear glasses, and I boxed as an amateur. Well, I boxed all my life, just without my glasses. I didn't think my eyes were that bad until, obviously, I had to get them assessed by the board, and they wouldn't grant me a license, basically. So I've had to get laser eye surgery, get them fixed, and I'm a new man now, and a new fighter with new eyes.
I can speak from experience on that one, because I'm the same. I had my eyes lasered about.
Oh, way.
How old's my boy now? He's 13. So probably about 13 years ago, he was born.
Wow.
And I was like, I just want to get rid of him. And I mean,
it's life-changing, isn't it?
It is. And it drives you in just a sort of different way that you feel like, I don't know, I still wear glasses just for effect, because I do miss them.
Every now and then I'll find myself fixing a pair of glasses that just aren't there.
They're not there. I've got to a stage now where I'm old enough to actually need reading glasses. So
no,
that's
aging is a privilege. So congratulations to you, man.
There's a little pair here on my desk, so if occasionally I have to, I just read some things. I'm trying desperately not to use them, because the moment you start using them, rely on them, it's like a limp or a stick or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I totally understand that one, and obviously, that is changing career. I didn't realize that the board wouldn't grant you that. It was your glasses prescription must have been quite strong.
I didn't think it was that bad. I think it was minus 3.25 in left eye and minus 2.25, but maybe it's because of the different, maybe it's because of the difference of my visual acuity. The test was poor. I couldn't see, man.
That's fair. That's fair enough. But at least, obviously you've invested, because it's not cheap, to have this done, and obviously there's an investment prospect for that. So this happened back in November, December sort of time, and then
December time, and then January I had the surgery, so it's been 3 months on.
Okay. I settled all down, nice and cool and calm and collected.
Yeah, I've been sparring, I've been running, training is back to normal, and my eyes don't feel any worse for it. So I'm happy, and now I can see as well. So
good. So you're due to make your debut on VIP.
VIP
in the Grand Central Hall. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's the one.
Good. And VIP, good quality shows, always good quality boxes as well, always good home matches as well. Have you got many people coming? Have many people told you that they're going to be there for that debut?
Yeah, for sure. I've still got 2 weeks out, and I think I've shifted maybe 40, 50 tickets, but there's still a lot of people I need to get back to. And I know a lot of people will get on me dead last minute. But it'll be a show, man. Yeah, for sure. We'll do a lot of tickets, and I'll make sure to put on a show for everyone that's there. It's going to be a good day.
And again, I don't know. They haven't listed your opponent. The box rec hasn't given that information out. Do you know who you've been sort of select or sort of put up against?
Yeah, what's his name?
Digging for the dirt.
I forgot it. It's the same guy I was set to box in December. I forgot his name. Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. You're going to knock him
I'm
out.
Do what I have to. Yeah, I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. So.
Bless him. Poor guy. He's just coming for a beating, but never mind.
Exactly that. Yeah.
He's come. But no, journeyman and prospects, obviously, it's not. It will be a journeyman, I guess, from that sort of discussion. A great way to learn in the sport as well, and a great industry to step up with. You're always going to learn something when you're in a ring with a journeyman, no matter what. I learn something every time I watch a journeyman fight because they're always interesting, they're always different, and they always got different things and stuff like that. So that's going to be a good opening.
Boxing, yeah.
You've also got your second fight scheduled as well.
Yes,
according to Box Rec. So
5th of July,
rest, no rest for the wicked. 3 months between. And how do you feel about that? How do you feel about being active? Because that's a lot of boxers will say, I'm not active enough. Particularly coming from the amateurs into the pro game. How do you feel about that?
Perfect, man. Life experience is the best teacher, and the more active you are, the better you feel. You're just happier and you're flying. So, thank you to VIP, by the way, to get me on another show so soon after. It's a real blessing, honestly. Like these small hall shows, they're hard and you're worrying about tickets and whatever else. But, it's promoters like VIP in your Block 1 that keep grassroots boxing alive. And I couldn't achieve anything if I wasn't busy, if I wasn't active. And to have 2 fights in 3 months, I'll probably end this year with, hopefully 4, maybe even 5 bouts, you know what I mean? Like that's more than any prospect coming up and starting can ask for, like just being busy.
Yeah, 4 to 5 months, 4 to 5 bouts a year. Yeah. That's
amazing.
That's good. And are you working as well? Are you a busy man on the outside of the ring? Are you working hard?
Yeah, for sure. So for the time being, I coach boxing 1-to-1 with private clients, and I just fit that in as and when I feel like in and around me days. But then over the weekend, I work a retail job just in the stock room. So I train all week. I train on the weekend as well. But I've got pretty much my whole week free to train twice a day, most days. And I'll fit one little session in Friday and Saturday. So I'm active. It's a good life, but it works for me. I don't work as much as other people, and I'm fortunate that
it's good.
It's good because as you work 40 hours. You know what I mean? It's been a tough job. And the retail job that I work, they understand what I do as well. So if I need a day off to, because we've got to go sparring or whatever show, blah blah blah, they understand. It's unfortunate.
That's about. I mean, you've got it good there. A lot of boxers don't. A lot of people don't realize this either. They don't realize that although they're professional boxers, you still got to work a day job to pay the rent and
then train as well, and then
and I've talked to so many, and they're like, "Well, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm training 5 o'clock. Go off to work for 7, and I'm back by in the house then by 3, and I'm training then at 4 until 7, and then it's just like, where do you fit it all in? It's like. It's a sacrifice, and you made some sacrifices already to the game as well. So, props and respect for that as well. So, you've already sort of said where you want to go with it. I kind of can't sort of ask that question again, really. But world titles hopefully are in the picture for you, and that's where you're going. Anything else anything sort of else along the way that you'd like to accomplish? Is this sort of like, I wouldn't mind signing for this company or going there or do boxing here, boxing there, anything like that?
No, the business doesn't really bother me too much. Probably just travel, And then obviously a world title is, you got to set your goals high, I think, in anything that you do. So that's what I've said to myself I have to achieve. But other than that, I love the sports. I love what I do. So whatever comes with it, I'm going to enjoy the journey regardless.
That is a positive. That's a really good way of looking at it. And yeah, enjoy the journey. Who knows where it's going to take you? It's already taking you some places, we talked about already in the amateurs. I'm sure with the attitude and the mindset like that, you're going to go directly to where you need to go and where to be and what to be in the right places. And it seems to me your management side of it as well as looking after you, trying to make sure you get active and out. And that's as any boxer will tell you, that's more difficult than not. So definitely. I wish you every success with this, mate. I think you've got a long way to go, but I think there's a lot here to do. I'm not going to touch on the TKO thing, as I know, and a couple of your other fellow Liverpudlians are out in Saudi already, ready for this WBC tournament thing. Yeah, I think there's some exciting stuff happening in boxing.
For sure, boxing prospect a lot.
It's definitely, I think there's some exciting stuff coming through. After you're done with the gloves, what would you see yourself doing?
I have no idea, man. Do you know what? I think an ideal way to live, in my head anyway, just buy like a farmhouse in the Spanish countryside or something like that, and just do nothing all day. Just sit in the sun, read. I'd have a little garden or something like that. Just a nice peaceful life, somewhere dead scenic. That would be my ideal. I'm going to do all my violence right now through my 20s, 30s, and then I'll just be a peaceful old man just living in the countryside.
I like that. I think that's the best answer I've heard to that question so far. And I've been doing this for nearly 6 months. All everyone just goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to open my own gym." I'm going, "Yeah, it's brilliant." We do need more gyms, but I'm glad someone kind of said, "Oh, actually, I just don't want to just pot around in my garden in Spain, enjoy the sun." Yeah, that's what I want to do. Wait, that's awesome. That is awesome. Anyway, we have a closing tradition on the podcast where I ask you a sort of selection of either or questions. It's entirely whatever you want to say. So it's your opportunity. But are you ready, Lucas?
Yes, let's do it.
So Lucas Dube, here we go. Southpaw or orthodox?
Orthodox.
Body shot or headshot?
To take or to land?
Whatever. To prefer?
To take, definitely face. To land, definitely body shot, yeah.
Okay. Train alone or with a partner?
Oh, definitely with a partner.
Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Oh, night owl.
Come on.
If I have to be up any time before like 9 a.m., I'm obsessed. I'll be honest. I'm really that is most days, but fucking hell, I hate the morning.
Heavy bag or speed bag?
Heavy bag.
Heavy bag. Underdog or favourite?
Dog.
Underdog or favourite?
The underdog, yeah. Everyone loves an underdog.
We're not talking about other dogs, Chihuahua or Rottweiler. That's not the question, but yeah.
Okay. The answer would have been Doberman.
Doberman, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Boxing gym or outdoors training?
Boxing gym.
Boxing gym. Short and powerful punches or long and technical?
Short, powerful.
Fight dirty, fight clean.
Fight clean.
Bear in mind the boxing board will listen.
Yeah, I know, right?
Loud crowd or quiet atmosphere?
Oh, you know what? That's actually quite tough. If you ever watch any of the Japanese shows, those guys don't make any noise whatsoever. So it's probably easier to concentrate that way. But a loud crowd. You know what? For the motivation aspect, I'm going to say loud crowd. Yeah, loud crowd.
Okay, motivation, loud crowd. Quick knockout or strategic win? Like playing chess playing chess, isn't it? Do you go strategic or do you just try and go not get the knockout?
I think it's more impressive to get the strategic long win. But I love a knockout, man. I love a knockout. I'm gonna go strategic long win.
Strategic, okay. You're not paid for overtime. You're not paid for
extra no, you're not. Yeah,
that's all. Okay, that's that hypothetical last question. As a boxing fan, AJ or Fury.
You know what? Because I said before, everyone loves an underdog. I'm going to go AJ.
Do you know what? We've been on a bit of a streak of Fury for the last couple of weeks, so that's good to have someone say the other. So I think
just break the rhythm.
Thank you. I think it's still doable. We still can get it over the line.
Probably will.
Still make
I'm
this fight.
sure it will.
I don't know.
He's got enough money to make anything happen, and he wants that fight, so it's probably going to happen.
If he wants it. The British fans want it. We all want it.
Yeah.
But does he want it? That's the question. And he has got enough money to make it work. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Lucas, how do people follow your journey? How do they follow your where you're going and support you?
If you just follow me on Instagram at the cool Dube, DUBE, and I'll keep you up to date on everything that I'm doing, when I'm fighting, where you can get tickets, etc. And Instagram's probably the best place. So just keep an eye out.
Fantastic. Lucas Dube, thank you very much for coming on the podcast, on the Big Hype podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. I wish you every success with everything you do. We're looking forward to seeing the debut, because I'm going to watch that and go and catch that, because VIP always put their stuff on as well. I didn't get to ask you the question. I'm going to ask you the question now. But why the cool?
Yeah, it was just given to me. It would be a bit obnoxious if I picked it for myself. But Danny, my coach, he gave it to me, and then he got my first pair of shorts made, and he put that on there, and it suits. I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me, man. I like it.
It's certainly different. Than the normal sort of ones, the assassin or the brawler or the barbarian or something. Hitman. No offense, Ricky. There's always those typical ones that people get called, but the cool. I was like, that's cool. That's just
I'm cool, man. It makes sense.
There's only one other. There is one other. I've got one other I know, and that's cool. What is he? Luke something. But he's
Cool Hand. Yeah.
Cool Hand Luke. There you go. But that's from something else. That's from is it Of Mice and Men? Is that the book? It's from something like that.
Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah.
Something like that. I'm sure it comes from a book.
Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell. There you go. So there's that. So you're in good pedigree. There you go, as well. So I just had to ask that question. Anyway, I digress, because the podcast is now going on to an hour and 3/4. No, thank you very much for joining us, Lucas. As I said, I wish you every success. You're a great guy. You're a real character. I think you're going to go far in the sport as well. So, and I look forward to saying I had him on the podcast before he was famous, and hopefully we'll have you back on the podcast when you are famous and you've got belts and straps and everything else glistening in gold as well. Because the cool gold.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me. Honestly. Thank you, John.
My pleasure. Thanks very much, mate.
Thank you. You take care.
Take care. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. And really, I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.